at some of those quality destinations, he could really turn in some monster results. So really hoping he can get back there at some point as we welcome Mateus Herdy and J.Thomas to the conversation now, entering the lineup in the second heat of this round. On the outside at the moment, this is J.Thomas, who took out the trials, looking to get the jump on the Brazilian. Throws his board up in the lip there, does well to stay on his feet, climbs into the pocket again, and stops the finish. That feels good. Hometown crowd eating it up.
The sound really travels, especially in this offshore wind, so he'll be able to hear the support. Just on the backhand, sort of messes with the lip there, but comes down and keeps control. And then another lip glide floater to finish off. As we look at the slow-mo, throws it up there. He's on a Timmy Patterson. Really just messing with the lip there. He was so close to getting bucked off his board. And this one a little cleaner. Got up there early. Watch him sort of jump off the lip here into safety. Connects with that clean water again.
Yeah, his third run at the Championship Tour event here. Put a number on the board in the 5-point range against Mateus, who has the opportunity to really steal his thunder with a strong opening turn there. Draws off the bottom. Well, almost loses it on the second turn, but regathers. Gets his balance back and sizes up a finish here. Bashes into the foam. But that first turn was strong.
Yeah, it kind of sets the tone. Let's have a look at Mateus's opening ride. Big committed turn, layback hack to start off. And then you can see just going over a couple of rivets in the wave. He does well to keep the board engaged in the wave face as this one tapers down. And right here, mate, I just would have loved him to have just ridden out of that a little bit more, because I don't think the judges are actually going to pay that off as a make. Let's have a look at the slow-mo. You can see here leaning back and really almost just putting a post in the ground that you pivot around. He gets swamped by the whitewash and steadies himself. And right there, hits that rivet on the bottom turn. I think that just set him off kilter a little bit for that top turn. And now he just does some rail work down the line and gets to this closing hit. But the wave coming at two angles.
From the judges' tower, we got a surfer up right now. I'll get back to that, but all of the information coming through here on the water for the surfers from that Apple Watch.
Yeah, Kaipo bringing up a great point. You know, even though the surfers are so far off Surfers Point here, and hearing the onside announcer at times can be really difficult when you want to know the update before. With the Apple Watch, they're in tune. They know what's going on with priority. We've just seen J.Thomas there stomp another big float. And Mateus Herdy finds one of those bigger oncoming sections and lays into a nice finishing floating re-entry. Herdy, he's trying to get rid of a 4 here. He's holding on to a narrow lead, not a lot in it. It's another strong finish. Had a 5-6 round his last ride. And he's just finding a couple of waves that are holding their height over that treacherous last section here and doing some great committed turns.
Yeah, he is. He's building for sure.
Back on top of his board after almost getting inverted on the attempt there. As we see now what Mateus got done on his ride. He's trying to improve on a 4. Looks like he will.
Yeah, I like how quick he transitioned from that opening carb.
You kind of start to go, okay, well, this is what I need to clean up.
Yeah, you can't blame it on anything but yourself at that point.
He goes, Jack again.
Oh,
wow.
That's better.
He's giving us some floats, but that is a huge backhand hit. And he hammers the section again. This is on its way to being the number of the heat. And what a finish.
And let's have a look at the replay here. So beautiful spot on the takeoff. Draws hard off the bottom, pounds that first section. This second turn here, he just extended the line a little bit and then comes through, attacks the final section.
Seen J.Thomas a few times now here at Main Break, but nothing like that. That's got excellent score written all over it. As Mateus now, he surely is hearing the crowd just erupt with Jack finishing strong on the inside, and it's a clean sequence of turns. Mateus is celebrating, but he has no idea.
Mateus outside, deep bottom turn, beautiful carve. Just a little flat on the exit to the carve. Goes for that layback hack again, but you can see that the short the pathway of the turn is a little shorter than what Jack was producing, and the fan of spray. Let's have a look here. This is a replay of Mateus Herdy. So just go into that that layback hack. He's really starting to lean into that turn. Pardon the pun, because he's leaning into it big time on that opening turn. Gets to the final hit. He's ramped up his performance.
He has, as we now see from the water. Mateus Herdy getting through that first turn. He's been slick. His rails have looked clean in these first two events, and he's looking for a bit more on the final section here. That was a massive hunk of whitewater to take on, and ultimately he comes undone for one that's got a bit more on the outside.
Yep, and I was about to say it's time to go to the air. As we look at the slow-mo replay presented by Stone and Wood, and beautiful rail work here from Mateus Herdy, one of the more expressive surfers in terms of body language and upper body movement. Geez, he had no hope against that one. When I mean that with all due respect, because that was...
I think we're going to see a different feel from him in a moment. We'll cross down to Vaughan in just a second. We are seeing Jack up again, really starting to put the pressure on. Climbs up into the first section. Not quite the fireworks of his last ride, and he'll finish this one off anyway. And it's another solid combination on the inside. Only trying to improve in a 5.33. Jumps up on the foam there. And now we'll swing it down to Vaughan and hear from Jacob Wilcox. That amazing mid-turn acceleration, doesn't he? Liam O'Brien, as we also see a replay here of Jack.
Yeah, so the opening moments, a little touch and go, but right here, Ron, he steps it up again and just gets that backhand flare going. Critical turn to finish things off. You can hear the crowd going absolutely bananas, backing their local surfer.
That's where he turned in his 8.33. He had no priority in the lineup and found that gem. As we see now, Mateus mixing things up. He's going to give that priority up with 2.5 minutes to go. That might be the heat for him. Well, he's going to size this one up. Mateus having a look. Jack lets him go. Let's see what he could do with it. Mateus draws off the bottom. Needs something big here and throws everything at it. Stays on his feet. That's the start that he needed, but only got one more section. And it's been non-stop since we got the competition underway early today. And wow, we've just seen a monster upset in Heat 2. The winner of the trials, J.Thomas, going excellent. An 8.33, backed it up with a 7.